The big question we are all asking, are the bulls back and is this going to be a rally that's actually going to last? We have Bitcoin currently sitting above $24,500. Quite crazy, guys. The last few days, I think it was 3, 4 days ago, Bitcoin was below 21K. And now we're back up again. And what's very important is we are breaking the previous high, which is something that I think is a really good sign for the bulls. Not to say the bear market's over or these sort of things. It's just to show that we're starting to get a true relief bounce. We're starting to get a little bit of momentum from the bulls. We keep asking ourselves, fake outs, fake outs, fake outs. Is it another fake out? I think this is just another step to confirm that it's possibly not. And maybe this is just a relief rally to relieve from all of the damage that's been done, is for us now to at least have some sort of bounce, take us back to 28K, these sort of key levels. That's why I thought it was urgent for me to bring out this show for you guys, to give you my view on where I'm thinking Bitcoin's going next. Is Sunday dump day tomorrow? And where are the altcoins going next? I see they're moving, but they're not crazy moving just yet. We have dominance in the favor. So let's get into it. So, guys, what I'm thinking with Bitcoin at the moment is the key break of 24K. I think 300 was really important, super important for us to break. And you could actually see how we fought that. We actually fought that for a few days. You can see how we literally had wicks, 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 wicks. And we finally broke through it. So that's a really good sign. We do have our first 4-hour close above that, which we have not had in a very long time, especially since we dropped it. We have actually not had a closing candle above since that time. So what I'm looking at here is it's quite tough to add more to your positions. I see a lot of people asking, should we be buying more of these sort of things? For me, it's a simple method, and I'm going to continue with it. It's something I'm going to keep bringing with you guys. I'm always going to be buying on supports. I'm always going to be buying momentum drops. So for now, whatever I have in the market, I'm riding. And when I do get a good buying opportunity again, is where I'll be adding more to my portfolio. But right now, you're chasing the pump. If you're adding more, it's more about look at your winners. Let's make a decision on the winners, and then we'll worry about where we're adding more and all of these sort of things. So chart wise, this could be and should be actually a move that takes us up to the region to the 26,800 as the first test. And then we do have the $28,000 zone. So I'd be saying between 27 and 28 should be the next resistance zone. And how do we want it to play out? What do we actually want to see here? Now, the first thing is we finally broke that 24K 300, right? I would like to see that as support. I really, really would. Before we come down at any point and test this line over here, I would like us to actually break up here, test this as support, and then rally on to the next area. And then I think we will have a decent pullback where something could happen like this, maybe even dropping the support. We will see as we go. But for now, what I would like to see is this play. Now, the second play, the bearish play from here, is we do make our way back here, take a little bit of time, either drop or bounce and make our way up to these zones over here. So for me, if there's any time I'm looking at adding more to my bags of Bitcoin or these sort of things, I'm waiting for that. Or I'm waiting for this break over here, break up, take its time to come back down, retest over here, get the RSIs. Very important. Because if you have a look at RSIs now, they're not topped out just yet, but they're not at the bottom. And it's very important that the last time, I see one of these lights went off. I see the last time that the 4-hour was bottomed out, Bitcoin is in this area. And you can see how we massively rallied after that. So for me, this is zone to be adding, or this zone if I have the RSI tapped out at the bottom and we've turned, that's a very bullish scenario. If we do break up here to ride towards the 25K and we hold 24 on a full reset of the 4-hour, 8-hour RSIs, then we can be looking at a really strong momentum move, possibly slightly higher than 28K. But these are the two plays that I'm looking at on Bitcoin at the moment. Now, what is quite interesting is we do have a look quickly through the dominance, and the dominance is starting to move a bit in Bitcoin's favor. So you're going to have Bitcoin exploding. It's actually nice. The dominance keeps bouncing when Bitcoin's bullish. And it's been like this for the last few weeks. So it's actually good. Let's rather have focus back at Bitcoin, get where it needs to be. And all that it's showing here, the last previous times, the way this has happened is they've pumped Bitcoin. And then what they do is they pump the alts. Then they pump Bitcoin. Then they pump the alts. So who knows how much further we go up from here. I think if Bitcoin does break 25, 26, 27, these sort of areas, I think dominance is going to definitely continue upwards. And then at some point, I see this light keep changing. At some point, I do see the alts then catching up again, which is very exciting. So for me, the altcoins are still the undervalued ones, especially the more major alts. The only thing is, we know that Bitcoin's right. I wouldn't say it just broke through resistance, but the pullbacks is how we want to be entering these coins. And I'd be focusing on my winning alts now, actually looking at where am I going to take some sort of profits rather than, where am I buying more? Where am I buying more? Until we get a really decent buy, pullback, I think then it is time to deploy, and I'll go through those for you guys shortly. Doesn't mean short-term trading is not available though. Many bull flags. I've been speaking about these bull flags, and it's very important to understand actually. See it, there's many of them. There was the previous one. So you just got to take a little bit of patience at these sort of times, but they are forming. And you see how you even have these channels that are falling down like this. This is currently how the market's playing. It's really getting long moves up and it's getting long moves down. And you can see over here, it is doing the same thing. So after this move and wherever we get, it'll probably be a long move down. And we mustn't deny the fact that that's how the market's been running very evenly, actually. The bulls get their chance, the bears get their chance. So look to capitalize that and use that in your strategies. Now, let's jump in quickly and look at the altcoins. I'll go through a few for you guys, the ones that I've spoken about. We nailed some fantastic entries this week. Like really, really, really good entries. And these are spot entries, they're long-term entries. The short-term trading, I'll be sending more of those as I see more, but the market's quite hot right now. So I'm waiting for a little bit more structure, but these have been great. We caught ETH on the break, the retest of this area over here. And you can see it was the previous trend line. And you can see what I did after that is I tracked it with support. So if ETH comes and tests support at any point, it does look like it's losing a little bit of steam. It definitely does. So it could mean a pullback can come at any point, especially Bitcoin has a decent pullback. But for me, any test around the 1,500, 1,550 is where I'm looking at adding a little bit of spot entries. And a bounce here and a break of trend to the upside again will be good. I'm looking at $1,900 to $2,000 as the next target for ETH. The show we did on Friday was actually, I think it was yesterday, was actually very important to look at altcoins that are against ETH. And look who's showing more strength against ETH right now. ETH has been a big reason that we're having this little bit of a relief bounce at the moment. And I think it's important to look at it, actually compare altcoins to ETH. I think it's a fantastic strategy. So ETH for me, here's where I'm adding. I got two plays that I'm looking at. Either we go here first and then we pull back here, or we come back here first, then we shoot through to that area over there. And the third one, the bearish scenario, is we drop completely, we test, and we come our way down. These are the three different plays that I'm looking at. Technical difficulties. It's me alone today, guys. I've actually come from the track. So remember, there's the one to that area over there. Or we go up there first, we test down, and then shoot the way up. So bullish and bearish scenarios. I'm prepping you guys for either way that the market can actually go. Solana, there's our entry, guys. There's our second entry, short-term entry, and there's our first. Guys, these are the entries for the week. Look at this. Go look back on the last 3-4 shows and go have a look. 31% since our entry one. I gave this 3 days ago. Come on. Let's not talk like when the streaks happen, they happen, guys. We get hot on these charts. Celebrate the wins because these are good wins, definitely. I gave the second one, which is on Thursday or Friday, 70% up on Solana. So for me, I'm not looking at any add-ons just yet on Solana until we have a really big pullback. Then I'll help you guys and I'll show you what I'm thinking. But the bullish plays that I'm looking at here, we've got a very key resistance here that I really want to break. These two are very important for us to break. And something like this will be the extreme bullish scenario for Solana for the next week or two. I'm not talking for yet. We will see as the time passes. But that's a really strong bullish scenario. Bearish scenario is we double top and we come straight back down to test support in these areas over here. So we can have a look. But I think, short-term traders, I'll take profits around the $47 area, 46 in that sort of zone, even where we're at. Spot longer-term views, I think we still got a very positive $60 this area over here, Sol, until we really have to make some big decisions. Because we break those levels, then we're back at $100. But we'll soon see from there. Quickly on Near Protocol, there's our trade. There's the trade. You can see I still have the risk to reward ratio boxes from the last show that I did, and you can have a look. 11% up on the short-term traders. You guys should be killing it. Like we got this, guys. And we're going to be getting many more as well. Don't chase pumps. So for me, all I'm looking at is the bullish scenario. I'm not looking at buying near, but if I got it, I wanna run it strong. If it breaks through this resistance, this top over here, we can see near go to around $5. This is something I would like to see play out. Who knows? We could completely smash through. We will see. And if there's any point that this gets rejected and comes back down to this area, only on this trend will I be interested in possibly adding. So right now I'm just focusing on if I got some, where am I going to take some sort of profits? And I got around 5.1, 5.3. That's sort of where, so you can see I'm still treating this run with the TPs, taking some sort of profits, definitely. Fantom, these are my two different bullish plays. You can see over here where we break through here, go to about 38 cents, come back down, 36 cents test, and then shoot up to around 40 cents after that. That's the one play. Second play, from here, we get rejected. We come down to 32, 33 cents, and then we have liftoff again, finally breaking through these tops. I am eventually seeing the target of 40 to 42 cents as the next sort of major target. Bearish scenario, we get rejected here, we fight a bit, we drop it, we test, and we come back down to the 20s, somewhere in that zone. Three different views, guys. Pay attention and just focus on it. So here's Cardano, one of the bigger news tokens, something that I'm holding at the moment, something I went quite big on. I think it's doing well. I think this higher high over here was important. It is forming a very sharp support trend. So I'll keep an eye on this trend. If we start to lose a bit of this steam, it does mean we're coming back to these sort of areas over there. So I want to keep eye on that. And I'll be focusing on buys if we do break that, because then I know we're going to get cheaper buys. But for now, it's bullish. And the higher high is a very important play, because that is the last sort of resistance that we have here, which is around 55 cents. There was a lot of resistance between 54, sorry, that sort of area. And now the next area is around 58, 61, 67. So Cardano is looking pretty strong. That's sort of my laddering out move on this for my spot wallets and some of my short-term trades. I'll be laddering out on these areas, and I'll be, reducing my risk and exiting some of my position if we start to lose this sort of trend over here. But I think this is going to be a high performer. I think it's going to be one of the good tokens. I think it's going to do really well. So Cardano, let's look quickly at Avax. There's was our entries. Fantastic. Avax, quick update on it, and I'll show you guys. It's getting to a very key of last resistance. If we break through this, I see something like this, and then we go towards the $30 zone. Definitely, or we get rejected here, we come and we test the early 22, and then we bounce bullish, or we drop completely, drop, test, drop, and come down to the early 20s. So that's sort of the three plays. Right now, it's bullish. We are at resistance, though. We are definitely at resistance now. So I'm not buying anything here. I might even take a little bit of profits here and look to ladder out a little bit more. Ladder out, guys, small pieces, but start doing it. It was a big mistake we didn't do the last cycles. Who knows if this lasts? Maybe it goes longer, maybe it doesn't. There'll always be another entry. Ladder out, take profits this time. Let's learn from the last year. It's very important. So we've got Avax over there. Let's go through Theta quick. So Theta, Mama Snapper is going to be happy, because if Theta breaks one more area here, it's moving, and I think it's going close to $2. So for now, it's at resistance. So we're not buying or anything like that, but I'd like to see Theta do something like this and then start to move. That's my bullish scenario. Bearish scenario is we stay in this channel, and from here, we go straight back down. It is going to take quite a big Bitcoin dump for that to happen. So not really much, but if I'm holding this token, I'm hoping we break through here. If the bullish scenario plays out, I am looking at laddering out, along 1.7, 1.8, 1.9, $2 in that sort of zone. Because then I think we'll get a bigger pullback at some point. Remember, guys, I'm still thinking that Bitcoin goes to 28, comes down again. I think if it goes higher than 27, 28, I think we're going to get a higher low. So I think we'll come back down to like 22 or 20K, and then possibly break out towards September, October, that sort of area. That's definitely one of my, or we go to like 25 now, 26, then we get rejected. Then I see a lower low. So I think the area of where we go to on this pump is very important. But I think that the bigger pullback's coming in a little bit later. I think at least a week or two of bullishness, and then we can be looking at a decent pullback. And let's see what we can do in that time. Now, one that you must pay attention on is DOT. Definitely hitting some resistance here. So short-term TPs make sense. But I'm focusing on buying DOT. I'm focusing on where can I buy more DOT. And I want to buy it between 7.7 and $8. I'm not buying everything there, but I've got orders that are sitting there. This for me, beautiful breakout. It's finally waking up, finally showing some sort of strength. And I see my next target going towards $10, $11, and $12. That's still staying in the range. After that, we will see. But I'm running all of these, especially a lot of my spot. I've changed my strategy. I'm taking a lot more profits. I definitely am. There's always entries. And I can flush the money out. It's very important. So for me, something like this is a very good bullish play where we start to make our way up there. Or from here, we go straight up there. Strong pullback. And then we break through. Bearish scenario. Let's have a look. Just so the bears are happy. Let's get this light back on. There we go. Just so that the bears are happy, we drop here, we start to drop, and then we start to make our way down. My warning signs would be the support over here. If we really drop down and we drop that, then we're looking at a $5, $4. If that does happen, this is in case Bitcoin just dumps out of nowhere. Sunday dump day. So short term, take some profits, update some stop losses. You know, we could dump and don't lose the progress. Matic. So Matic's been running. Do you see these flags and these channels that I've been talking about? They're happening quite often. So pay attention to them. You're going to see them a lot in a bull market. Definitely. So it's at a very critical stage now. It's a $1 mark. I think psychologically, it's a big level. And resistance-wise, it's a big level too. And we break through that. I then see $1.2 to $1.3 as the next zone. This is a current short-term TP for me. It may shoot through. I'll TP more if it does go to these areas. The only place I'm adding Matic is between 70 and 80 cents is where I'm dollar costing in that zone, anywhere on support. So you can see I'm taking these support buys very seriously, and I'm riding my longs well, but I do have TP set in place. So let's get through the last. I'll do 3 more for you guys, and then I'll do more on Monday in the show. Here is my 2 plays on Rune. Rune, we pull back. Sorry, we pull back towards 2.4, and then we have a strong bounce off towards $4, or even back to these ranges over here, which is the 3.4. I think that's good. This is where I'm going to be dollar costing spot and some long term on Rune. I think it's got tons of potential. Or from here, we break completely through. This is a Bitcoin goes to 27, somewhere there. $4, retest, and then build up over there. So these are my 2 plays on Rune. Let's do render quick, because these are one of my favorites at the moment. Render, my 2 moves, pull back from here, come back down between 58 in that sort of area. Then we bounce off to 70, or from here, we go to 80, we retest 70 and go to 90. So take pictures of these guys. These are the plays. You can't tell me we don't expect, like, if any one of them play out, at least you have an idea that that's what could play out. So from here too, we could drop, we could test, we could lose it, and we could come down. I've given you bullish, very bullish, and bearish. Okay. Why is this light keep turning off? There we go on render. And the last one is Chainlink. Chainlink's waking up really good right now. So for me, it goes up a little bit more towards 8.4. It comes back to 7.5. Very bullish scenario. Okay, and then it goes to 9.6 after that. I think here it will get some sort of resistance, and then we'll see from there. Or from here, we pull back towards 6.8. We test these supports over here, and then we break up strong. Bearish view. We have this support here. We come down. We lose that. We test it, and we make our way to the downside. There we go. Cool. That's it, guys. That's it for the show. Quick show for you guys. Oh yeah, remember BBS charts. There's tons of guys sending all of their charts over here, guys. Very important. Please send your charts. I'm going to be 10xing accounts. You need to do 2 things. You need to be a part of BBS, and you need to be part of BitGet. You have to use the link below in the description. and then your number on there. We're going to find a way, and I'll be announcing this on Monday, that when you post your charts, I want to be able to select a BitGet user through those. So you post your charts. I'm going to be choosing winners that way. We will contact you. We will get your address, and we will 10x your account, which is phenomenal. So that's how I'm going to be choosing that. And remember, guys, I'm giving tons of calls, tons of these things, educational purpose only, if you've done your own research. And you do agree with analysis and you want to join us, please look to use our links below, because you do get sign-up bonuses, you do get deposit bonuses, discounts on trading fees, and it does support the channel. So I do appreciate that very much, guys. You can see we got BitGet, which do give up to $8,000. We got BYBIT, which give you up to $4,200. We have CoinPanel, which give you a lot of chart updates for spot wallets. We then have Binance and KuCoin and all of those. Until then, guys, I'm going to go get some rest. I was on the track today. I have my lights that are playing around, but I'm alone today. There's no one in here able to help me. So I'm just getting this out for you guys to show you love, to show you Sniper's catching rhythm again. He's having fun again, and he's here for you guys always. I hope you make gains this week. I hope you change your strategy from what you did the last time, especially last year. Take some profits this time. Let's change it up. Let's do well. And these lights, I'm going to go break them, and then I'll buy new ones, and I'll be back on the show on Monday. Until then, wait, by myself. Where is it? Much love, Banter fam.